Now we will continue the manhole details. Now we will go for not GD1. So that this one, this one, settings always on top. Okay, now it will be okay. GD1 it will be on the box and alpha GD1. We have to find out the shop drawings, subprintals, shop drawings, and the sewerage, this one, sewerage MH details. So this one, this is a ARCC SD6 sewer that we already recorded. Now the parts of the start from its considers a lower shaft and an upper shaft. This in the lower shaft there is a pipes is connected, and pipe is connected, and also um, um, and there is a inside the lower shaft there is the pipes are there, the benching and benching and channeling works are there. Then the start of the base slab we have this water stop of the at a construction joint is there. Then water stop at construction joint is there. Then we have construction joint fully scrambled and aggregate exposed. Then rebar filled with rebar filled with appropriate rebate filled with there's a rebate is there. It should be filled with approved sealer. Then we have this 25 mm protective screed. Below it, there is a blinding concrete. Then we have this GRP laminate bending and channel. Then this one we have to write it in our page actually. So I am stopping it now, pausing it now. So in that we can say that the sequence of work is first excavation. Excavation, there is blinding concrete. Concrete is like that mentioned here is how much 75 mm blinding. Okay, 75 mm blinding. Then base slab. Base slab we have in the manhole. It is different. There is a rectangular base slab and circular is there. For example, in the type A, there it is circular only. Type B, we have this rectangular sections also. From the rectangular section only, this is starting. Type C, we have rectangular section, and so when we draw it, actually it should be showing actually, but what is the thickness of the rectangular and circular? It is not mentioned here. Shaft 100 mm type to 300 mm, 300 mm. Thickness of rectangular, thickness of circular is not mentioned accurately here. In this drawing, it is not clearly mentioned. So we have this one. In the bottom there is a PCC is there. Over that waterproofing and screed. Over that base slab and base slab with the lower shaft, and then the reducer slab and the upper shaft. Then in the upper shaft we have this upper shaft after all the reducer slab we are providing rings, which rings, extension rings, precast concrete extension rings are provided, and over that haunching is there. This haunching is class A concrete, and over the haunching we are putting the DI cover and frame. So all these things are separate. This one we will add specification numbers or page numbers here for EC and the question numbers also. So in this one, so first we will discuss this blinding concrete. This is class A blinding. Class A, what is class A blinding? We will see in the specification. The blinding concrete shall be class A blinding to 75 mm minimum thickness. That is the criteria. So 75 class C concrete. Those are two items. So in the page 58 of 33, this one we have this classes of concrete is A, B and C. So class A means compressive strength is 30, C30 is class A, C25 is class B, and 15 C15 is class C actually. So that's about concrete blinding. Now screed concrete. So we are searching for material submittals of waterproofing. So we are searching like here we got two materials. Here 26 and then 004. So there are two MIRs for this waterproofing material, that MA26, and that we will save it now. So now it is already saved. So we'll find out which material either this. So here it is a BOK item shown. It is showing concrete sewer manifold with GRP sealing plate, internal lining, DI manhole cover, frame, waterproofing membrane, protection board, undercarrier for welding, FC, NCAP, blinding, benching, excavation, backfilling, etc. complete. Here we need to find what is underwater welding. So that one we write it in the. Now we got it here 25 mm screed. It is mentioned in the drawing. External waterproofing to structural manholes. Okay. So it is shown here how waterproofing is done. Here that fillet is there, then tanking membrane is there, then the tanking membrane, over that tanking membrane 25 mm protective screed is provided. Now here what we do, we will remove this screed area after concreting of base slab is done. Then when we do this external waterproofing, we will fix this waterproofing over this tagging membrane so that it is completely foolproof. So whatever it is, tagging membrane is 2 layers of membrane 300 wide and the protective board 2 layers of 300 wide. Tagging membrane 2 layers of membrane 300 wide. That one you have to see in the MAR. As per specification 7.2.2, you need to protect with a waterproofing or tanked, should be tanked like mentioned. So for this one, and approved a previous bituminous waterproofing membrane. That's what we have applied. So this one we are applying. This is the requirements. Requirements tape strength, tensile strength, elongation, tear resistance, etc. That one we have to check during the material. This one and this is another specification of bitumen emulsion. What are the things are there is that second 3 coats of bituminous emulsion should be applied. In that 3 coat, it should not be same color. All methods of production have it checked by. This is the test provided by Dubai Central Laboratory. Tensile properties, low temperature flexibility, compound stability, and tear strength. This is the page 22 of MAT 26. We can see the Bituboard. Bituboard, it is a multi-layer asphaltic protection board. What is its thickness? Thickness we will see. Thickness is 3.2, 3.5, 4 and 6 mm. So these are the thickness 3.2, 3.5, 4 and 6, which we are using material Bituboard 6 mm fiber impregnated asphaltic protection board. This is 6 mm fiber impregnated asphaltic protection board. So before that we need to find out what are the things we need to apply before this one. So these are the method statement of Bituboard. Main points I will first underline and we will see. So in the method statement, 3 methods are mentioned. First method is by using a double-sided adhesive tape. This brand name is watertight TS50. Second method by synthetic rubber adhesive Bituboard N, which we are using in our project. And third method is by torching. So in the first method, what we will do? So the first method we will discuss, it is fixing by double-sided adhesive tape. So first long strips of adhesives, long strips of from the roll is cut out. Then the release film from the one side is peel off. Then it is spot bonded to the protection board at various places. At various places is at the center of the board and at all corners of the board. It is done after removing the PE film from the protection board. Then after it is done, then the silicone film from the top side of the twin strip is then peeled off, and the board is laid on the top of the waterproofing membrane, and a pressure is applied to ensure complete adhesion of the board. This is the first step using double-sided adhesive tape. Now the second step is by fixing by contact adhesive Bituboard N. This method is used in the project actually. Here, Bituboard and synthetic rubber-based contact adhesive. So in this one, like the first step is the PE film of the from the back of the board is peeled off. Then the synthetic rubber adhesive, this Bituboard, is applied, and board is then placed immediately to the membrane. The third step is by using the torch. It is the method we used in MIRFA project. The MIRFA project. Okay. So it is this backside of the protection board is torched. Then this PE film at the back is disappears, and the asphalt starts melting. Then this immediately this board is pressed onto the membrane. That is the third method. So the boards are laid by butt fitting the edges, and so it is not overlapped because of the size 6 mm thickness. So this butt joint is sealed with a 50 mm HDPE bitumen adhesive strip to prevent and backfill material entering and causing damage. Supports and troughs can be used to keep the boards in place until the strong adhesiveness is achieved to hold the board in place. Now we will discuss Bitustick XL 2.5 2.1 mm. This is also this is the membrane cross-laminated self-adhesive waterproofing membrane we are using in this project. So this one we will discuss now. So its thickness, first we need to clarify. Thickness is 2.1 mm thickness we are using, and then now this is a self-adhesive waterproofing membrane, and it is laminated into impervious non-perforated cross-laminated HDPE film. The requirement is BS 8102. Okay. Now self-adhesive means it is done by peeling of the silicone film at the back of the membrane and sticking it to the surface. Now we will discuss how it is done. So this is the type of doing the joining of this from the joining of the membrane. So first is this red line is the primer. Over that the green line is the Bitustick XL first layer, and the blue line is the Bitustick XL second layer. So after concrete is done, this this what you say, the screed is cut off straight like this. Then over that along with this again this primer is applied. Then the second layer is folded to get joined to the primer, and the first layer is then again joined over the second layer. Now it is completed. Now we will start continuing with the next first layer going to the vertical surface like this, the green color, then the blue color, finally the Bitustick R00. This one we are not applying. Instead of this we are using protection board. Okay. Now protection board name was Bituboard, which was Bituboard. Okay, now it is not the case of the structure, but we are using here for chambers, so same thing. So Bitustick 400, and here we can see the first time I am seeing this one poly seal. The poly seal color is bitumastic. We are applying over this one. This place it is covering the concrete portion also actually, and I think it is a protection kind of protection board. And here this one polycrete MC. This is for making this level, this concrete layer, and the polygrout. This is the polygrout EY 3000 pH. It is very stronger than concrete actually. Polygrout and polycrete, we can see there is polyseed color. Polyseed color, it is not clearly visible here. Okay, fine, whatever. Oh, maybe here. Polyseed pH. Here where we are stopping this waterproofing membrane in a groove. So where there you see the policy PS. Okay, fine. So we will discuss the surface preparation before applying this what to say this Bitustick XL. So this is first surface is cleaned, and this if there is any repair, it is done by polycrete concrete repair mortar. So we will discuss the installation of this one, Bitustick XL. So Bitustick XL is there. It is a sheet actually. So first is surface is prepared. Surface is prepared, and it is cleaned. All contaminants like dust traces and all are removed, and any structurally unsound or friable concrete should be repaired with suitable polycrete concrete repair mortar. Then priming is there. We are using polyprime SB. We are applying at the rate of 4 to 6 meter square per liter, and now how this alignment is done. It is required that membrane plies should start from lowest point or drains. Why? So that the flow of water is over or parallel to the plies, but never against the lap. Flow of water should be never against the lap. That's why our membrane plies should start from the low point. Also, all overlaps of the membrane should be installed to have an upslopes over downslopes laps. Also, it should be first aligned. The membrane application first be start with unrolling the roll of the membrane and allaying the side slope first. Then only we will start the adhesion. This is the alignment. First, the PE film and the is peeled off. Then the membrane is unrolled and pressed to the surface. The membrane is smoothened from the center to the edges with a wooden press, and in order to remove entrapped air. Furthermore, an iron roller is used for rolling on the top of the applied membrane for proper and strong adhesion to a bitumen compound. Also, sides overlaps have 50 mm on the selvage, and end overlaps will be 100 mm. Primer, that is Bitu prime
polyprime SB, and over that this Bitustick XL membranes are self-adhesive membrane. It was applied. Then over that Bituboard we have discussed now. Here is the method statement, surface preparation that we discussed, the priming, polyprime SP that we have discussed, then Bitustick, application of Bitustick. We have and a 50 mm cement slab screed with a 10 mm down aggregate size. That is what the manufacturer is mentioning. And finally, the reinforcing strip of this vertical surface reinforcing strip of 200 mm width is cut from the Bitustick XL shall be applied on the corner joints. This is important. Okay, with the application of a vertical surface is mentioned. Then fixing of a protection board is mentioned. We have already discussed all these things. Now the membrane around the pipes. So this is mentioning how we can do the membrane around the pipes. First, a cement sand mastic sealant, angle fillet. It is provided all around the pipe joint. Then a 400 mm wide reinforcement strip is applied on the pipe. Then the joint of the membrane with the pipe shall be sealed with a bitumen rubber mastic. So finally, regarding this membrane, we have to conclude. So manufacturer is Polybit Industries, and we have Bitustick XL as the main waterproofing membrane. It is a cross-laminated waterproofing membrane, and its other accessories are first polyprime is applied, then Bitustick, then the Bituboard 6 mm. Bitustick is 2.1 mm, and after this prime bitumasking it we are using for the sealant, and the Bituboard in. It is for the addition of Bituboard using contact adhesive. That's the one we are using. All manufacturer is Polybit Industries. So thank you. We have finished this waterproofing membrane. Further, we have to go with the other parts of manifolds in the next video.